Hello, all you possession freaks out there. It's your host with the most, Benjamin Dutil, coming to you back with another exciting episode of the Horror Heathen YouTube channel. And for those who are tuning in to the South Jersey Horror Podcast, today I am joined by a very talented actress. Her name is Marcenae Lynette. I hope I pronounced that right. Okay, good. I've seen your video on Instagram. It's Marcenae, not Macarena. So,
You did your
so
research.
because I had to find out. Okay, so Marcenae Lynette, who plays Monica, and now one of my favorite possession movies of 2024, called The Exorcism, starring Russell Crowe and of course Marcenae Lynette, David Hyde Pierce, and Ryan Simpkins. I think is her name. Um, yes, I did my research. I did a lot of reading for this happen. Okay, they would have confused the people when they're like, "Who are you talking to again?" So, anyway, the reason why that I am appealed to these type of movies, I am a sucker for possession films.
Mm.
Because I used to be a full-fledged practicing Catholic, which is why I find these movies regarding possessions very terrifying, and yet I am drawn to them like flies on shit, pretty much. Put it whatever you want to. So, but you get the rest. But when there's a movie based on a true story, I am definitely going to take the risk and watch it. So, with that being said, please give a very, very warm welcome to Marcenet. Thank you so much for joining me. How the hell are you doing?
Thank you, Ben. You know what? I am fucking fantabulous.
Dropping the F bomb already. I love it.
Get out because woo, it's been a day, but it's been wonderful. So I'm great.
I know you just thank you again for joining me. I knew you were doing a photo shoot today. Congratulations on that. And I can't wait to see you post the pictures online if you get a chance to. Um, I like seeing actresses like I don't know, avoiding filling that success gap. I mean, the void. I like seeing people being successful in life, especially actresses who just started out um you're not sticking to one career path. You're doing more than just one. So, and I admire you for that. I really do. And I, Jesus Christ, I can't wait to see more stuff. I want to see you more possession movies. So,
Listen, I had to go to therapy. Okay.
I think anyone who had a start a possession film had to go to therapy. I
Yeah.
mean, oh my God, who's look at Heath Ledger. I mean, the what he went through playing the Joker, nuts, right?
Yeah.
Months of therapy, months of antidepressants, and poor guy, rest in peace. He did what he did.
Yeah.
So, but phenomenal actor. But we're here to talk about you. Um, this is a huge honor and pleasure for me. I really do. I enjoyed you in the film. Your character stood out to me in the film. You really did because the way you put yourself forth in the film and the way you acted. I take notice of that. I don't pay attention. Sorry, Russell Crowe. You're a good actor, but I pay attention to more people in the background.
Matter. Okay. We matter.
Yes, you do. All actors matter, damn it. Okay. Anyway, so if you could please enlighten us, well, especially me, because I'm selfish like that. A little bit about yourself and what appealed to you to audition for the role of Monica.
Oh, how much time do I have? I promise I'll keep the soapbox very
Okay.
small. Okay, so I played the role of Monica, and wow. What attracted me to the film, one, when I first got the script, I was in a place in my career where I wasn't sure if I was going to stop or keep going. And you have to make those life choices. And I remember praying, was like, okay, God, just, one more thing, or just remind me, why am I doing this again? What psychotic thought did I have that said I could actually be successful in this? And I remember reading that script, and when I did the audition, it was so raw and real to me because the audition was me letting the cast know that Joe had died, which again, because we actually filmed right before COVID, there were a lot of scenes that needed to be reworked because we had just gone on a strike. And so that scene was me telling the castmates that Joe died and that we were going to have to stop shooting. And that now I'm losing two things. I've lost my boyfriend and I've also lost a job. So I was like, oh, I can relate to this one because this is some shit that I'm going through right now. My fiance is calling me, and I want to leave my job. I hate this shit. So that's how it was in that audition. I remember the creators calling me and was telling me well, my agent called me first. My agent said, I don't know where you went with that audition, but they love you. And I was like, what? I, they're like, wait, me? And that's how it happened. That connection was some real life shit, man. I was literally going through that at the time that I auditioned for that movie.
Well, now I have a lot more respect for you because of what you've been through. I get it. I mean, we all face some hard times in our lives, but it seems like you brought yourself into your character as Monica. That's
Mm-hmm.
what's happening. I'm like, so in order to be able to do that, that takes talent. That takes you are gifted, definitely. So because I always try to separate my personal life and my work life. And it's so damn hard sometimes.
Yeah. It,
So so in order to prepare yourself for the sequence where you had to be the assistant director and I don't know, all the crazy shit that happened in that movie. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I want to know what strategies you used in order to prepare yourself for this role because you knew what was happening. So what did you go through?
now, what's interesting is that some of the stuff, well, I knew some of the things were happening. I think when you read something on page, it's very different from when it's happening on set, like real time, like, oh shit, like, oh, this feels real. Like, did it happen for real or were we practicing this round? That first of all, I had never been in AD in real life ever. And so I researched all the terms that an AD would call on set, like roll the roll, this, that. I mean, I had to research all of that. And I still got on set and said some of the stuff wrong. And the cast members just kept laughing because they was like, that's not how you say it. I was like, oh shit. Oh, okay, wait. Roll like do another take. Can I just do voiceovers? So, I mean, you can prepare as much as you want, but sometimes you draw this blank, and sometimes we're in the moment, and things are just happening. Maybe we woke up late, or we rushed it. Maybe we've been holding for so long on set just to get this shot across. I mean, all of these things that go down. The light that was supposed to fall, or the light that fell, we only had one take of that light, one take of that light falling from set and crashing to the ground. And I remember doing that take, and I had said some things to Peter that was not in the script. And they was like, oh, we're keeping like Peter had been getting on my fucking nerves so much in the movie as a character because he was my boss, but he was such an asshole. But he's a sweetheart in real life. So I wasn't prepared for the character in general. And so that was a huge adjustment for me. And it was like, yeah, you gotta like, cause I'm a nice person. It was like, yeah, you're gonna have to be a little bit more meaner with him. I say, yeah, because he is really giving me the juice, and I had to adjust. Right, I'm the nice girl on set. Like, oh, everything's gonna get Peter. I was like, then I was saying, "Fuck you, Peter," because I had gotten so livid, and it was like, did she just say that? And it's like, oh, we're keeping it, and they kept it in the movie.
That's just sad. I'm glad he died in the movie. God, he seemed like his ass. Okay, people who wound up. I've met a few people like that in my life, and especially there's one person I want to talk. I'm not going to say their name to protect the innocent. So it says this person is so wound up tight. You can stick a lump of coal up their ass, twist it, pull it out, and it'll be a fucking diamond. Okay, that's how that bad. So I met people like that. So it's just
Yeah, his character, I mean, gosh, he killed it. Like, and it really made me step up as an artist because here I am. I had one way that my character was going to be on set, and I'm just like, oh, she's just an AD. Well, it wasn't just an AD. I had a very pivotal role in the process of that movie in a movie, and it really shifted me in the way that I prepare. It's no longer sticking to what I think that I know. It's more so saying, you know what, I'm going to stick with going with the flow once I get on here, truly meet the characters and the preparations that they have done before you even get in there. And it's a game changer. It really is.
so. Did you enjoy playing Monica? Because it looked like you guys had a lot of fun to play in that movie.
Yes. No, we did. We had a lot of fun. I think the best parts was working alongside Russell Crowe, and he's so meticulous on set to where it was fun watching him and his process and how he works, and then it was fun playing alongside them and the difference between Adam and Haley, those girls, um and Tracy Bonner. Like it was so different working with each one of them that on our downtime we would just be goofy because the movie was so strong. And it was dark in a way, but every time one of us either made a mistake or, flopped the line or something like that, we would just take a moment to just laugh and be like, listen, it's okay. Although it's a serious moment, yes, it's a serious film in essence, we still get a chance to have fun. So we had a lot of fun. A lot of great people worked on that set. I mean, the set itself, everybody was just so super nice. Super nice.
You have to bring the tension on set, otherwise it's gonna get too serious and people are start getting fired like me. So it's just
We didn't say some people did not get fired, but I said people were nice though.
so but I totally get about like saying shit like on set like one going back a little bit, saying like saying something by accident to keep in the movie is I wow. I mean I don't like bragging about this, but I do have a small part in a movie that's being released this fall. So as a podcaster. And so the director sent me my lines. Okay, you gotta say this on camera for me. And it's like a one paragraph line. It's like a 30-second film. It's like a 30-second sequence. Very short, whatever. But he's like, since you're a podcaster real life, why not be a podcaster in a movie? I'm like, hell yeah, I could do that. Not a problem. So the lines you sent me, oh God, I must have done about 30 takes, man. It was just bad. I couldn't, I'm like,
Self.
I'm like, how do I say this I'm like, what do I do? So I had to call him up. I was like, how do you want me to represent myself on camera? As how do you envision my character as Phil in your movie? He's okay. So be aggressive, be an asshole. I'm like, I'm already doing that. Not a problem. so, so anyway, what's that? I couldn't hear you.
No, I said you said not a problem. You can definitely, yeah, work the asshole part.
Have you met me in real life? Holy shit. Oh my goodness. So how do you see Monica as a person? And is she anything like you, or is that the complete opposite?
Monica is me. Monica and I were just alike because once my buttons are pushed, then I'm the get the fuck on type of person. Like, go over there, go, please stop bothering me. And I'm a server. So like I'm like, for me, I serve people and I want to make sure everybody is good. And that's my role as an AD, is to make sure that we stay on time, we stay on track. That's me personally. So, even as a producer, you talk about different hats that I wear, even as a producer, or as a in my professional life. Like my job is to manage and to make sure everything runs smoothly. And I'm not supposed to lose my shit when the shit hit the fan, right? But in this movie, Monica is just like that. Monica is we're on track, we're on schedule. You love everybody, you treat everybody good. We make sure everybody's happy. Who needs coffee? I want to make sure that my director is getting what he needs. And I'm that person in real life. I want to make sure you got what you came here for.
So now you're bringing back memories because one of the first jobs, as for me getting out of the Navy, was I was a server at a restaurant called Damon's, right? It's in Northern
Mhm.
Virginia, and it's literally right down the road from the Quantico Marine Base. And also, you got the St. Mary's College there as well. But dealing with drunk Marines and drunk college students at a restaurant. I mean, I love the fat tips I was getting from the drunk Marines, but they're out. I get like $45 tips sometimes just for just serving beer all night, but it doesn't matter. But and sometimes I work doubles too. That make that I had to get that was my car payment was being me being a server. So
That's dope. Yeah.
anyway, you just like brought back a flood of memories for me just by saying the word servers. It just
He's like flat PTSD. Now I gotta go back to therapy. Like I'm going back to therapy.
but I had fun being a server though. I mean, I made a lot of damn money. I
Yeah,
mean,
I sure
so
I did that before I started my acting career. I was waiting tables like at Ruby Tuesday. Like so that was like my favorite place. Like so I know that's why even for me, that's why it was so easy for me to serve and make sure people are okay. Cause I'm like, I've been in the industry. I know what that is like. It's something that it's always gonna be embedded in me. It's just to make sure people are good to go. So yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah. So anyway, back on track, but digress. Sorry, my fault.
I'm
So,
going.
so when it comes to possession movies, there's always seems to be like a curse attached to them, whether during filming or after. Did you experiencing anything weird or bizarre on set?
Oh, not on set. I'm trying to think. Was Tracy that got sick? No, for me, nothing on set. But then I felt like I was like, did we create the fucking pandemic? Because the pandemic happened right after that. I was like, what did we do? But on set, no, I think everything ran smoothly on set. With the exception that my ex came down during filming.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's
That's the curse.
that's the curse. Nah, just playing.
Now, because some people I've talked to someone who's also played in a film that's like based on a true story about possession, exorcism, and they're like, well, we're filming. You're bringing about the dark forces and calling them all. I'm like, okay, you know what? Did you experience anything strange? Well, no, then you're good. Shut the fuck up and move on, okay?
Yeah, that was a strange thing. Yeah, let that go.
So,
Oh no,
aside your ex,
keep
aside your ex boyfriend being the curse, just wow. So
hold
you
me.
get the fuck out of set, motherfuckers.
On.
I'll get you possessed, asshole. No.
Take this. Yeah, okay. We let's come back.
So being aside being the on-screen assistant director,
Yeah.
or first AD, whatever,
Mhm.
what was the most challenging aspect of filming that movie?
Um, hmm. What would be challenging? I'm thinking, well, I would say we had a lot of not a lot of schedule changes. I think it comes with with production. But it was just starting to be COVID, right? And so there were a lot of scenes that we didn't get a chance to film. And I think the most challenging thing was my lines being given to other actors because we just couldn't come together, like scheduling. And I think that's the most challenging thing because you like, that's my line, but you can't be mad at my line. That kind of stuff, but it worked out. But I think that was a challenge. I think even as an actor, you're like, but that's the thing that booked the movie for me. Like I didn't get a chance to do that. And you it's kind of personal and sentimental. So I think that was a challenge for me as an actor. But then it was also a space where you're saying shit happens. And the main goal is that we completed the movie. The challenge also was we shot that movie in 2019. We didn't release the movie until 2023, 24, right? And
That's
so,
what I read. Yeah,
yeah, the challenge was wondering if people were ever going to see your big break. Are they ever going to see me with so much more? But that was another challenge. But I think for the time frame that I was there, because we filmed for 3 months for my role, I think the time that I was there, the production was great. Like they did a great job with maneuvering with all the changes that we were experiencing without knowing that we were getting ready to experience the shutdown of productions. So yeah.
I feel that there were a lot of production challenges during COVID, and the strike too, which
Hmm.
really sucked for me because I couldn't get any guests whatsoever on my shows. And but yeah, but mainly I think it was more of a challenge for the actors because they're trying to find work, trying
Hmm.
to get paid, and my heart went out to you people. I went to everybody during that. I really did. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like I'm not the one who's acting, but yet I know the pain you're going through. So
Yeah. That was tough. That was tough. You go from being really active to basically sedentary, and trying to
yeah,
figure out. like who you are and all of this. And it's like then you figure out why am I with these people all the time in your own home? So you go from it's a lot of emotions that happen during that time frame. We came from this high to like this extreme low. After
Yeah.
we filmed that was a hard adjustment too. Yeah.
Wow. So kudos for you for a successful movie. I mean,
Thanks.
Jesus Christ. Like I said, it's now one of my favorite possession films, and I'm a sucker for these kind of films. My wife hates it, so well, she's like, "We're not watching this again, are we?" Yes, we are. She's like, "I'm gonna read my book. Go ahead, read your book. I'm gonna watch this movie again." So she hates the fact that I watch these kind of movies. So, but she supports me though, whatever the stuff that I do, which is
Mhm,
awesome. So, I
mhm.
mean, all the stuff behind me is like all from her. So it's nuts.
You can come to
So
here. Okay, sister. Thank you. Sorry. All right. My best friend is like, can I get in the car?
well, Joanne, more the merrier.
I know. She's so not into film television at all.
Yeah. So you've been able to work with some impressive names with this movie like Russell Crowe, David Hyde Pierce, Ryan Simpkins. Um, is there anyone is there anyone that you would love to work with in the future?
I definitely enjoyed the writers of this movie. Would love to work with them again. Um, Russell Crowe definitely. I think I've been trying to get back on his radar. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, that movie. I probably wouldn't have been in that movie that he just did. But still, like, he's someone that I would love to work with again. And David Hyde Pierce. When you say a joy to be around, that's the sweetest guy I've ever met on set. It's just his heart and the way that he cares for other artists and the type of attention that he shows you just as a human being. It's just you can't match it. Like he's amazing. So David, I mean, I love all of them. I love Halle Bailey. Like I love them all. I mean, Chloe Bailey. I keep saying Halle, and that's not even her. I'm like Chloe. Chloe, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Chloe. Sorry, Chloe. That's what she's a joy. And they're so sweet too. So, I mean, I would want to work with them all. But if I had to narrow it down to my top two, it would be the writers and creators of that movie. And then I would also do Russell Crowe. Because he's impressive.
Excellent.
He's impressive on set. He
So it was hard for me to see David Hyde Pierce play such a serious role in this film
No.
because the last I saw him act was in the TV show Frasier.
Yes.
So and I'm like, and seeing him, I'm like, so when I saw the trailer for this movie and I saw like a cut scene to him, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Because now I have to watch this movie.
Yeah. I was so shocked when I saw the cast lineup, when I finally got all the specs and stuff like that. And I was like, David Hyde Pierce. And I'm like, well, he's a nice guy. I can see him as the priest. That's great. But then it was like the magnitude of that character. I was like, how's he gonna pull this off? Then I thought
And
he's
yet,
like a professional.
and he gets possessed too, which even made it more crazier. So, which is more nuts. But he did it so well. Um, so how do you think the audience has reacted to your character, and what type of impact do you think it had on them?
So I want to say some bullshit fluff, like, but I don't have like, come on. I mean, I'll be like, did they even see me? They probably like, who's the girl? But I will say this: the audience, great. My parents, my friends and family, yeah, they of course are like, you did a great job. That's so cool seeing the big screen. But again, my accolades and the respect really came from the creators and the other actors that actually watched the movie. And they was like, yo, we loved what you did with Monica. And I was like, oh, I'm thinking it's such this small role is nothing. But then I got so many kudos, even from the producers, like who that were on set, from the AD guys, like everybody that was actually working the set that saw the movie, they called or they Instagrammed me, was like, "You were so freaking good," and I was like, "Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate
I would have to agree with 100%. And you were good. You
you."
you you delivered. I mean, so well. you delivered your role as Monica so well. Like I
Thank
said, your character is one of the first characters I noticed on set because it's not the quiet type I'm attracted to. It's the people who are like who like to progress, who like to be loud,
you.
and the cussing automatically instantly says it's like picking up on keywords like, yeah, that sounds familiar. So, but as I said, no role is too small for a movie. So, I mean, I've interviewed actresses in the past who had like a 2 minute sketch, and like you're in the movie, your role matters, even though you're just for 2 minutes. I
Yeah.
want to talk to you and see how you got that role and what you went through. I'm a very curious guy. I mean, with this kind of film, I mean, holy shit, dude! You told me about the set, the challenges, what all the challenges are that are posed against you and the rest of the crew, and I mean, the building a house like that. I mean, was it actually? It's like a dollhouse, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, how did that get into? How did that go? I mean, I didn't know about that set.
Listen, it was so cool because you walk into the sound stage and you're saying, "Oh, I mean, how are they gonna pull this off?" We walk in. You're right. It was a total house, like on this sound stage, and they were still building and still making changes. And then you would go upstairs, and then there's the bathroom where all that stuff happened with Ryan and uh Russell Crowe. Then you see the bed like going. It was this weird thing because a piece of the set was like from a real house, and so, but we were still on location. We were still in the soundstage, and they just transferred something. It was interesting. I was like, how the fuck do they do that? And to go up these stairs, and then we go up the way in the apartments. I mean, it was so cool. It was so cool how they did that. And then you look out the window on this side, and all you see is a board. Ain't nothing else over there. It's like, oh,
And
that's not
then
a window, but it's giving the feels of a real freaking house. The neighborhood, like then you being you I'm just like, I think that was my first time that I had been on a real sound stage like that. Like I've done stuff like everything for us has been really on location. I think when I did Love Is, we did that on set on the Tyler Perry set or something like that, but it wasn't a sound stage like that. But this right here, I was impressed with the build out. Beautiful build.
see, I'm always curious about how sets are built.
Mm.
I spoke to another actress a couple years ago. How she's in with. Are you familiar with the VHS movies, like the found footage movies?
You mean like videotapes?
Well, the movie's called VHS 98.
Okay.
So, it's a found footage film,
Okay.
and this actress she played a newscaster. It was like a minute and a half role she had in the film.
Hmm.
But she said the set was built inside the hotel. So I
Wow.
was like, because the set was like it was supposed to be outside, and like this huge drainage pipe where these people go down inside the drainage pipe and look for this type of creature. I'm like, they built that in the hotel. And she's like, yeah, it was amazing. She was at the very top floor watching these guys build this set inside the hotel lobby. I was like, what? So yeah, it amazes me how this stuff is done. So
So,
yeah, when I spoke to C. Ernst Harth about him, he played in the movie 13 Ghosts. So
wow.
and how they told how had the maze house, how they built that. It said it took like 2 years to build a set, but it was phenomenal. Like I would love to see how that worked.
You have to see it. I mean, the constant going up and down on the scaffolds, the things. I mean, they work overnight, and all the changes that we had to make, breaking stuff shaking. Him flipping, bending backwards. We
Something good fuel for nightmares, what it is.
were, and when that happened, we was all on set like, oh shit, oh shit. Wait a minute, and
Get that.
then like no. No, it was given. We was all praying by the time we left. He's like, we don't want none of this on us. We be praying like, nah, you can holy water us.
First
Get me
message
the
and
fuck
walk out.
bye.
So how did it feel to see yourself on the big screen after the movie was completed?
Okay, I have to tell you that was the best orgasm I've ever had in my life.
There it is, folks. There it is.
Let me tell you something. Them movie theater seats ain't ever gonna be the same, okay? Because I was in there like getting off, like, oh my god, oh look at you, oh this is amazing. Because that was the first time I'd ever seen myself on the silver screen, and to have my family there with me, watching, and we was screaming in the movie theater. It felt so wonderful, and it wasn't even validating. It was more so like, bet you did that.
Or gratifying. I get it. So yeah.
Yeah, it was gratifying. It was if it, and even I'm still getting the same goosebumps. I'm still getting the same chills thinking about it now. It just takes me back. And I'm not gonna get emotional because crying is crazy. It's crazy to cry right now. But it was so wonderful. I'm not gonna lie.
Good. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a high five because you deserve it. You did so well. Um, but yes, like I said, your role stood out to me. So after seeing you, I had to get her on my show, and I had to know about her and get to know about her personally and what kind of trials and tribulations she went through in order to be that person. And I'm very glad you did, and I'm very grateful that you came onto my show and talked about this. I'm honored, truly. So, a few minutes left. I have to ask you: do you have any projects coming up that you want to talk about?
I do. I do. I have a project. Like I said, we just did the shoot, the cast shoot here. I'll make sure I'm still here because my battery's dying. Of course, my battery's dying, iPhone. Um, so I'm working on a project now called the Raymond Chronicles, which is going to be a series. And so I play the boss, Vivian Reed, who runs Reed Enterprises, which is a very strong character. I've done a few films that I can't really talk about, but they're upcoming. So I do know I have a little bit more creative control about the series that's coming up. And then I'm also in the process of writing a series that I'm creating so that I can put more content on social media and build an empire. I say at some point I will stop auditioning and they will start calling me based on the content that I'm posting, and that's the goal. So I'm moving into a different stratosphere right now.
Good for you. Keep putting those vibes out to the universe. It will answer, I promise.
Yeah.
And I expect to see your name as director one of these days. So or producer,
Man,
whatever
you gotta
whatever
call me
path you
more.
choose.
You gotta call me more often, man. You just call me, okay?
So that's all the time we have. Thank you again for joining me. I wish you nothing but success in your career in the future. And I cannot wait to see you in more movies or whatever your path lies. So thank you again. You're awesome. And thank you. That's all I have.
Yeah. No, you're welcome, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Thanks for reaching out. I mean, you don't know what you've done for me just by this presenting itself. So I appreciate you, and thank you for this amazing podcast. Can't wait
Oh,
to
thank
watch
you.
all the things. And good luck to you. So whatever your heart desires, I'm putting double blessings on that as well. So we share blessings.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages and sizes, the beautiful, the wonderful, the talented Marcenae Lynette, who plays Monica in The Exorcism alongside Russell Crowe, David Hyde Pierce, and Ryan Simpkins. Check it out. It's now streaming. If you don't, fuck you. Check it out now. So
Double fuck you. Bye.